Go.
Yeah, there was a comadre of my mother that they said she was, what do you call it, bewitched, or no, that's their, I don't know, cursed, or I don't know what it was, but supposedly the witches, they can cast a spell on you, and this, my mother's comadre, was one of those ladies that suffered that. And when she had that, they called it that she had la loquera, because she go wild, she go crazy. And then the man, the compadre, would go and tell my mom, would go take care of her name was Petra, would take care of Petra, because she's sick. And my mother said that she would see her, and they live in an adobe house, and they had some wooden rafters, and she would climb and grab those rafters, and a couple of guys couldn't even get it down. She just grabbed on the rafters. And my mother said that she'd take on the screen doors, she'd go like that and tear the screens with her hands. And then they said that crow like a rooster, and then she would throw up, and she threw up green like hay, because she do like a horse, what they call it?
Nay?
Nay, yeah. And then she would put her fingers in her mouth and pull out long hairs. And she was cursed, or whatever, I don't know what you call it, embrujada. So it was terrible. And one time I was about 8 years old then, and we were picking those sweet peas, and she was sick. The lady was inside, and my mother used to tell us everything that happened, and my mother never lied, so I believe everything my mother told us, what she saw, and she'd be scared, my mom would be scared and everything, and she couldn't believe it, what she saw. And one time, the man was going to go here, like a little pickup truck, and like a pickup truck, had a little bed on the back. That's how he used to take his vegetables to the city market. And so he was going to go get a man supposed to, curandero, he was going to bring him to, so he could take care of the lady or something. And the tire blew out. Pow! We heard the tire. So then he put spare tire, and he was going to go, and pow! So he couldn't go. And it was weird. And I would remember the witch would puncture or something. A lot of people don't believe that, but it's supposed to be true. I was in California, and at night I used to have a terrible itch in my body. I had terrible itch, and this lady was a real witch. I was boarding with them, and the old lady, her daughters used to make fun of her. She had 2 daughters. And they made fun of her because she had meetings with other witches, but she was a good witch. She was a witch to fight the bad witches, and but she would know how to. A lot of people go to her because she was a curandera. She would treat people for different. And I told her, I told her about my problem ahead at night, and. She said, "Oh, don't worry, I'll fix something for you." And she took some lard and some sulfur. Sulfur is like a powder, and she mixed it and made like a paste or something like that. And she says, wherever you eat, just rub it on at night. And the funny thing though, without all that grease, you would think that my sheets and my bed and my clothes would be all greasy. And I get up in the morning, I'd be fine. And I never thought about anything. I forgot about it. And this happened about, I don't know, a couple of times, that she gave me that stuff to put on my clothes. And I'd put my clothes in the morning, and my t-shirt and everything. It won't be greasy. You would think that it would be all greasy and everything, and with that sulfur and everything. But it was clean. And so I think that she was doing some kind of experiment with me or something. But I never realized it until way after I left them over there. I said, you know what, that kind of weird that happened. And I got up and forgot about it and didn't have anything. And my sheets, my beds and everything, they were clean. You think that would be real ugly, real greasy. But that's kind of weird. Yeah. But she was, because her sister-in-law told me, he says, you know the mother of these boys, the witch, the real witch. Yeah, you know, we moved to near the railroad tracks, and they call it the La Casa de Alto. They always La Casa de Alto because they had 2 floors, and they had 8 rooms in the bottom and 8 rooms on top. But we lived on 4 rooms on the bottom. You know, the other part that was vacant. And at night, it wasn't windy at all, but we would hear the doors blah. You know how the wind take a door and a screen door or whatever, and like it slams. We could hear them at night. The next morning or next day, we would go up and check. Everything was locked. The doors were locked, and we couldn't find any. But it was funny. And then my mother would have some big old, I don't know what you call them, blotches or big red spots in her legs. And she couldn't figure out what it was. And I think we lived just a month. We couldn't take it anymore. And then at night, in the evening, there was a screeching owl, I guess they call it, in Lena Montalban's house. My dad had a 16 gauge. He wanted to shoot her, you know. So, but he takes it, before he could get a chance to take a shot at her, at that bird, he would go fly about a block away. There was used to be a hospital, it burned, so that was just the ruins. And she fly over there. And then my dad said, come on. He would take me and I guess, I don't know if he was afraid, but he would have us follow him one night. And then get over there, he wouldn't get a chance to, and they make a screeching, ugly sound. The guy would get scared. And he'd come back to the house over here. And just back and forth until it got dark, and then you couldn't see it no more. So we just go in the house. And my mother couldn't take it no more, so we had to move from there. So I guess it was haunted, I don't know. It's weird.